Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
The funniest thing, too, is that they fired their defensive coach and hired another defensive coach, and the defense is worse.
I love the Raiders this week.
I would rather get ahead of it and bet that Detroit price now.
I wake up to 197 texts from you guys.
Because Dylan Gabriel went over.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just hear the pain in Bear's voice right now.
Dude, Raheem Morris is atrocious as a home underdog.
Will with his stupid rally cap on Twitter.
He's picking his nose on TV. He's tripping over his own feet, but then he's able to get up and run for the touchdown. Amazing play.
I can't wait to let 18 to 22-year-olds go through this routine. I made a call, to Vegas. I said, look, we actually need the paper here.
Welcome to the Bear Bets presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings Sportsbook is the best place to bet touchdowns this season and this week. New customers, you bet $5, you get $200 in bonus bets if that first bet wins. Download the app, use the promo code BEARBETS. BEARBETS, 2 words when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. And Sammy P, Geoff Schwartz, the crown in the NFL currently resides in the city of brotherly love in Philadelphia. The Eagles blowing a 17-3 fourth quarter lead, and I think the Broncos were like 1 in 112 or 211 all time when entering the fourth quarter with a 14-point deficit. They got the win. And now that kind of leads to a question where you've got the defending Super Bowl champions kind of struggling, the team in the AFC who made the Super Bowl last year, 3 losses already. Bills lost at home as a favorite against the Patriots. Who are we betting here? Win Super Bowl?
Good question. Buffalo. I think I don't really think I'm unchanged on Buffalo from last week, guys. Look, it's the NFL, man. You're going to lose a game or two. Like, that's just the sport. You're going to lose maybe 5 games and win a Super Bowl, 6 games and win a Super Bowl. And they lost that game. They didn't play terribly well. New England did their thing, and now Drake May's the best quarterback ever. The overreaction on that is fantastic. And they're still going to be where they want to be. Milano will come back at some point, and Oliver will come back at some point. That team is going to be right where they should be at the end of the season. The Chiefs, look, offense is much better right now. Defensively, they still can't rush the passer. That does concern me. I think they're still maybe worth a wager at some point this year, maybe after they lose this weekend, which we'll preview in a few minutes.
Is there a way to address, is there anybody out there that they can address that in the trade market?
Yes, if they're willing to do that. I think that there's obviously Trey Hendrickson, but would the Bengals do that? And then also Cam Jordan's the name that I have as well out of New Orleans. Cam Jordan is not the player he was 5 years ago, but he's better than what they have now. And look, Chris Jones still does come up in big games, but obviously sometimes just it's not quite there in every game. So the other team, look, in the NFC, I don't think Philly's terrible still. They'll find their rhythm, but Detroit's playing good football, man.
They are.
Detroit is that one team I think we're not paying attention enough to, and it would be the Lions for me.
That would be my answer, Detroit. I'm not changing my pick. Still have Buffalo to win the Super Bowl. We talked about that, 7-1 in the summer. Detroit, though, you can get that 7. Imagine that price, Bear, if Detroit goes into Kansas City and beats the Lions. All next week we're going to hear about is how Detroit's the team to beat. I would rather get ahead of it and bet that Detroit price now. The other team that I thought about answering was the Rams. That's a little bit loftier. They're about 17-1 to win the whole thing. Their D front has been awesome. I think a lot of people thought they'd take a step back. No, those guys look better. You were talking to Willie Colon about trying to block Jared Verse.
Oh,
how do you stop the guy?
It's wild. And he trucked some dude. And yeah, look, the Rams have had a couple bad losses, right? The Philly loss, the Niners loss.
They're in every game, though.
But if Williams doesn't fumble, which I know we're playing the whataboutism game, but like if he doesn't fumble, they probably win that game 27-20 on Thursday night. We don't even talk about anything like that. But you fumble. That's part of the game. You don't blow that big lead to Philly. You're looking at 5-0, right? Again, that's not the way the sport always works, but something to consider there. So, all right, time to move on here, guys, to Our best bets presented by DraftKings Sports. We'll kind of weave our way through here with what we like this week. Bear, what do you like first?
I love the Raiders this week. I know Geno can't get out of his own way and stop turning the ball over. What has he got? 8 picks, 9 picks already this year. The offensive line is bad. Got absolutely annihilated last week against the Colts. But I mean, we've seen this before in this league where you give up 40 points, whatever the hell they allowed last week, come back the next week, play completely better. And oh, by the way, you're playing the worst team in the league, which somehow I think there's a massive overreaction right now because the Titans won last week. The Titans stink. That was not the old, did Tennessee win the game or did Arizona? That was Arizona losing.
Arizona lost, yeah.
That was of nothing that Tennessee did other than recover a ball that was kicked 9 times into the end zone and fall on the end zone and just have the game handed to them by DeMercado dropping the ball before the goal line and Jonathan Gannon running the ball into the line of scrimmage willing to punt and give the ball back with the 2. That was – I love the Raiders this week.
Okay, I'm going to go to Jacksonville and just short everything that everybody's talking about now. There was a radio conversation the other day. Are the Jags good enough to win the Super Bowl?
Stop it.
Oh, my God. Why?
Stop it.
Why do we always have to do this? I like the Seabags, though, Bear, in this spot.
So do I.
Trevor Lawrence, the narrative, if he doesn't get up after he tripped over his own feet, we're bashing them all week. But they did win. Give them credit. The Chiefs' pass rush did not help, to your point, which you've been talking about for months. But now Jacksonville's sexy, trendy. Hey, what if this guy comes Jacksonville? What if he comes Jacksonville? It's over.
He could come Jacksonville. He's absolutely coming on the Colts this week. Colts minus 7, whatever. We're going to see.
As we record this Thursday, I wouldn't be surprised if you got a text tonight on Eagles minus 7 in New York. It's good. It's coming.
I think Lawrence is going to regress. I mean, again, he's picking his nose on TV. He's tripping over his own feet, but then he's able to get up and run for the touchdown. Amazing play. I don't know how it happened, but it did. Now they're sexy, though, after you beat the Chiefs, and now's the time to take them down.
Look, Devin Lloyd made a great play on that interception. Great call. Mahomes said he was fooled, which absolutely was in that play. But how long can this defense rely on turnovers as how they win games? Right? I mean,
complete 180 from last year where they couldn't force a turnover.
They had 3+ turnovers forced in every game till last week. That was a 14-point swing. Great play. I'm not taking away what Devin Lloyd did. Great play, but how long can we rely on this? And I just don't think it's going to be that long. I'm with you there. So my best bet is I'm going to Buffalo on Monday Night Football, laying the 4.5. A couple notes here. Raheem Morris is atrocious as a home underdog. I think it's like 4 and
you probably could have stopped it after the word atrocious.
Yeah, like he's just bad as home underdog. And I think Buffalo didn't play terribly well against New England. They're going to be fine the next game. I think we're overreacting now. Atlanta's, to my opinion, not very good still. I think Buffalo, Monday Night Football, inside, on the turf, Bear, and Sammy, I think this is a bloodbath. I think Buffalo does a great job.
The issue that on Sunday night was just how Vrabel and that defense just took away James Cook and the running. They couldn't run the ball for the life of them. I think the Falcons defense will be a little more amenable to allowing some plays on the ground.
I think so as well. I'm just looking at some of the fades that we like are out right now for college football.
Jeff's hosting and fading at the same time.
I haven't made any wagers.
I was going to say, we might need to make a wager because we might need to reverse the mojo from the Dylan Gabriel debacle last week. So
the person that we're fading is also on the Eagles -7 tonight. So just FYI, it's recorded on Thursday, and I get it, but we might have to make a team wager of the Giants +7, which feels kind of gross.
No neighbors.
Yeah, no Slayton, no neighbors. Quarterback facing the Eagles off a loss. Like this is a terrible spot to be in. All right, guys, let's get to some Super Six here presented by DraftKings. Our first Super Six is what will the outcome of the Rams and Ravens game be? Is it too simple just to lay it with the Rams and say, like, the Ravens are just dead?
How last week I would have thought that they would have been a play against a terrible Texans offense. The Texans offense scored 32 points, I think, on the year.
38.
And then last week it was just like
everyone's get right game.
I'm sure. I mean, I know the injuries, but I am shocked at how bad that Ravens defense is. Again, when you get the Rams off of a loss going, it's dangerous because it's the NFL, and when you get a side like this, like the Rams are going to be a massive public side, and a number of tickets will be on the Rams. Laying points on the road is not always something that you want to do, but I can't get myself to walk to a window or hit submit on something that says Ravens plus 7.5. I don't know about you, Sammy.
I hate to play the how does it lose card, but if you were to tease Rams from 7.5 to 1.5 and Broncos from 7.5 to 1.5 against your Jets, who blows that one up?
Well,
this number also,
after last week, I don't know what we could say.
the Broncos are not losing to the Jets
Oh, no,
overseas. That's not happening.
No, they're
Now it'll
absolutely not.
definitely happen.
Now
It feels like an under.
But with Lamar, this isn't even an out number. And why I think you should tease this now if you have the ability to do it at minus 125 or 30. I know books have really ruined the teaser game for all of us. If they rule him out, Lamar, this line goes to 8.5, maybe 9. So while you can still tease it at 7.5 down, I think it's a good time to do it.
You mentioned the international game. That's our second Super Sick of the week.
We have
What
two?
will the outcome of the Broncos and Jets game be? Broncos favored by 7.5.
Pain.
Carry on. Cheerio.
Look, I know it's mean to call for coaches to be fired, but like the Jets are so bad, Bear.
Correct. They are.
The Broncos off that win. I'm not going to spend a single cent on this game.
The funniest thing, too, is that they fired their defensive coach and hired another defensive coach, and the defense is worse. It's very funny. It's very Jet.
Yeah. Oh, it's perfect. Like that's what I couldn't believe. Like in this process, like why you didn't bring. I was like, oh, they're going to bring in an offensive guy, whether it's Joe Brady or whomever, Liam Cohen, whomever. They're going to bring it out, and you hire Aaron Glenn.
It's next Dan Campbell.
How did the Jets score?
Well,
Justin Fields can't throw.
Can you wager on him in the fourth quarter over passing yards? Can we do that? There's a live wager. I mean, he's throwing for a ton of yards in garbage time.
Yeah, when they're down 23.
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic.
You can just hear the pain in Bear's voice right now.
Oh, I'm not even going to wake up to watch. I'm not even going to wake up to watch.
I'll be awake.
I'll wake up. I'll wake up when I wake up. I'll check the phone and I'll wake up to 197 texts from you guys.
Because Dylan Gabriel went over.
Yeah, exactly. My Miami friends and the big noon kickoff thread. I'll wake up to whatever. Oh yeah, BYU, Utah, whatever happened in the late game if I fall asleep. And the Jets are losing 21-0 in the second quarter. Perfect.
Sounds about right.
In case you couldn't get the answer there, I'd be laying it with the Broncos.
A couple bonus bets here before we get to a prop and a survivor play. Bear, you like one other one. You're bull for this one, buddy. Let's hear it rip.
But this is what the NFL is.
Oh, I know.
You've got to take.
I bet against the Colts every weekend.
No one wants to bet. Who in the hell wants to bet the Cardinals this week? Nobody.
I keep losing money on the Colts.
And there's a report about Kyler Murray being with foot injury.
He didn't practice today, by the way.
I don't care.
Walter Nolan didn't practice either, I don't think.
I don't care.
I said this morning. I'd rather bet the Cardinals on the money line as a 7-point dog than a 7-point favorite. Does that make any sense?
Yes, it makes all the sense in the world.
Absolute sense.
All right, a gambler would know exactly what that means.
Yeah. It's funny. We were joking about that last week going into Thursday night when we were talking about Survivor and should we use an entry on the Rams? And I said, this game's going to be 24-20 Rams with 4 minutes to go, and the Niners are going to have a chance with the ball to win. And the only thing I was wrong about it was exactly the other way around, where the Niners actually had the damn lead.
Yeah.
Like the Cardinals defense will play well. It was a complete debacle of epic proportions last week. Everyone loves the Colts now. Jonathan Taylor, Offensive Player of the Year. Could the Colts Jaguars division winner be the 1 seed? Like I've heard that this week.
Well, yeah, Will sent that to us. Remember? Not dare Will.
Was it Will?
I think so.
Yeah,
it's
screw
a joke.
Will.
I think it was more of like
the hell with
people
Will.
were saying.
We don't like Will with the stupid rally cap on Twitter. Like
that was such
I'm
a great.
I'm not feeling that, but yeah.
I didn't realize Will was sitting in the first level. Good for him.
Yeah, can't hide money.
Can't hide money. Yeah,
give me the Cardinals plus 7 though.
All right, Sammy. We both like the Lions. What do you like about the Lions?
Really?
I just don't think they're going to get to Goff. I mean, that's really, if you watch enough Chiefs games and who watches more than you, they can't get to the quarterback. It's a problem right now. And you give that offense time and give Jared Goff the ability to scan the field and go through his progressions and all that. I think this game should be a pick 'em, Bear. So I took 2.5. Also, I'm not a big trends guy. Jimmy Vaccaro once told me, trends don't pay the rent, kid.
Players bet the number.
Dan Campbell is a dog, 24-11 ATS. Not a big sample
I love
size,
that
but
guy.
that's almost 70%.
God, I love him.
They're like corner of the market on some of these trends here.
Could this be the first of 2 meetings this year?
I don't know. The Chiefs have got so you mentioned rushing the passer. Trevor Lawrence had 3.3 seconds to throw against Jacksonville, against the Chiefs. It's a problem they've had all season. And there's no end in sight. And if you try to pressure Jared Goff, you can get him, but if you don't, you leave Jameson Williams, St. Brown, all these guys one-on-one against the Chiefs cornerbacks, which are good, but like Connor's 27 is a problem. We saw in the final play of that game, getting hit by second to last play, getting beat by Thomas, getting the interception. I think the Lions are honestly better right now. And I get there's still the Chiefs offense is much better now. The Chiefs might score in this game. They should be fine scoring. But in the end, the Chiefs keep making those mistakes
Especially
they haven't
with
made
the Lions,
for years.
actually, with the down the corners.
What?
Especially with the Lions down guys in second.
So, and the Chiefs have just continued to lose games in ways they never have in the past. And I think that's going to continue to be a problem in this game. All right, Sammy, you like a quarterback throwing an interception.
Trevor Lawrence. Yep. Can you tell I'm very pro Seabags this week?
I like
Seabags.
I guess DraftKings has -151. If you find a different place, wink, wink, it's -135. I am just shorting everything Jacksonville.
I somehow, again, I became a prop person on this show. Maybe we should make him with a nickname.
You're the prop king.
I guess so. Props are not out on Thursday morning, though, to record the show for the most part.
Yeah, just make it up.
It's hard to do that. I do like the Packers over a 6.5 first quarter
like
points.
I like this a lot.
The Packers score a lot of points. I'll give a shout out to Will Hill. He does this every Packers game. I'm going to do it too. You basically take the Packers to win the first quarter, right, Bear?
Mm-hmm.
To go over their point total, and then have Jacobs over and have Love over, and you take the opposite team to go under rushing and under passing, because the Packers are a great first quarter team. They always want the ball to start, which is unique. Most teams defer. Now you have the Bengals with Joe Flacco as their quarterback, coming to Green Bay off a bye, and that's the question though. The bartender might come in on Packers -14.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That seems a little high.
Flacco did clip him already, though.
He did.
Oh yeah, that win was really that was all on him.
13-10, baby. So I like the Packers over 6.5 first quarter points. They score a touchdown.
I'm gonna tell you on that.
All right, Bear. Survivor pick, even though we're out of Survivor.
Yeah, we're out of Survivor officially here, but figure keep the bit going. I'm just gonna bet it. The Packers, by the way, will be the most popular pick in Survivor this week. But if you're in some of these Survivor pools, you got a Thanksgiving game in a lot of instances. It's Circa for sure. You've got the Christmas week game, which you got to save teams for. I think most people are probably going to save Philadelphia for Thanksgiving, which makes sense. But there are plenty of places to use Green Bay throughout the course of the year. You're not using the Raiders anymore at any point during the year. I think the Titans are terrible. I would be more than happy to go Oppo, Tennessee, basically every single week, coming off of an embarrassing loss at home. Number keeps coming down. Whatever. If I were still left, I would be pushing all in on the Raiders. Good luck to everybody out there this week. Appreciate everybody for watching us on YouTube, FS1, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Rate, review, subscribe. Tell us how awful or great we are, how we can do better. All constructive feedback is appreciated.
I always wanted to do that.
You can splash your pot. It's your pot. It's your table. You can do whatever you want. You're allowed to. Sammy, Jeff, I'm Bear. Bless you, bet. Boys really win. Bear Bets full episodes drop twice a week right here on the Bear Bets YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe to stay ahead of the odds, and let's celebrate all of our wins together.